Good morning, everybody. Hey, this is Dr. Darren. I got my light source, my headlamp, and I'm out here. Just finished a mile run. And maybe for a lot of people, mile run is not a big deal, but I despise running. I sure do. But I have started officially training for a absolutely one of a kind, the only race in the world like this race on October 10th of this year. And I can't tell you how excited I am. I am so freaking excited about it. But before I tell you what the race is and what it means to me, I gotta give you some backstory. So let's check it out. 2009, my wife and I were dating. We decided we wanted to try something together. So we signed up for a triathlon. We had never done one before. My wife swam collegiately, so we knew she'd kill that. I biked and was very comfortable with that. We both stunk at running. We thought it would be a good thing to do together. I was instantly hooked. Fast forward, we were accepted to medical school and I was in the fight of my life. And it was all about pure survival. Nothing else mattered. And it began to wear on me. I needed something else. My wife noticed that I was in a funk. I was in a dark place because my mind was so focused on myself. My wife told me, she said, you need to go serve somebody else. And I literally, and I quote, responded, I don't have time to fart. There literally is not enough time in the day for me to do service to others. But inside, I knew she was right. So in between pharmacology lessons and basic lab lessons and anatomy cadaver studies sessions, I began to think of creative ways that I could fit into my day, that I could help other people. And I remembered how much I enjoyed that triathlon. Instantly, I knew what I needed to do. I needed to start a triathlon in Las Vegas. But it couldn't be any other triathlon. There were tons of triathlons. And because of the weather, the Las Vegas Valley was saturated with triathlon events. It had to be unique. And it had to serve other people. The more I thought about it, the more it grabbed upon my mind and it grabbed upon my heart. I knew that this was going to be a significant part of the rest of my life. I knew that there was an underlying message that I needed to share, that nobody is too busy to help another in need, not even during a race. So that's exactly what I did. I took a triathlon and I took community service and I mashed them together. I was so dead set on this message, I made my athletes stop in the middle of the race and complete a service project. It was mandatory. If they skipped it, they got time added to the race time. For the next 4 years, I did everything I could to make this succeed. I borrowed anatomy skeletons and made public service announcements. I even stripped down to a pink palm tree Speedo in front of 300 future physicians and colleagues. The fast triathlon proved to me that even in the depths of the darkest levels of competition, when we want to succeed the most in life, that's the exact moment when we need to think of others. After graduating medical school, we loaded up the truck and we were accepted to a residency all the way in Illinois. We loved our new area. We instantly fell in love with the town, the people. We had a blast. And we found creative ways to serve people. I would take my daughters and we would become secret service agents where we would put masks on and we would go wash people's cars and we would mow people's lawns. And every Christmas Eve, we started dressing up as Santa and his elves with my bike as a reindeer, as the kids' bike's trailer as a sled, filling it with presents and visiting the pediatric ward and the cancer ward in the hospitals. And recently with this COVID, we started doing this social distancing platform where we would take homemade cookies and vegetables and fruits from our gardens, and we would, with a 6-foot platter, we would ring doorbells and give gifts to the people. But the whole time that I'd been in this town, I wanted to do something like I did in Las Vegas. I didn't feel like the triathlon was needed for this community. I wanted to do something unique. Then one on-call late shift night, I came across this video clip. In this video, he records himself running a marathon. He runs 1 mile at the top of every hour. With whatever time that remained in that hour, he completed a smorgasbord of to-do lists that he'd been putting off. And I loved it. At the end of the 24-hour period, he had run an entire marathon, and he had checked off a crazy amount of his to-do list items. And it struck me, what if I replaced his to-do list items with community service projects? And instantly, boom, that same fire in my heart that I had in Las Vegas, it was lit again. And the 1 mile per hour marathon was born. The world's only service marathon. Dang COVID, shut it down. But I've recently got permission to hold a small event, less than 10 people. So it's gonna be me and whoever else is crazy enough to do it. So that's the race. At the top of every hour, I will run a mile to a specific location in town. At that location, we will have a pre-set up community service to benefit soup kitchens, churches, local parks and trails, universities, veterans homes, international students and children's and orphanages. We'll be making souls for children in Africa. We'll be making comfort blankets and animals for PICUs and NICUs and emergency trauma centers across the United States. At the end of this 24-hour period, I will have run a marathon, which is a huge list for me. But more importantly, I will have completed 24 meaningful service projects for my community, my country, and my world. And I cannot tell you how freaking jacked I am. So if anybody wants to do it with me, feel free. Find ways to do service in your community. Even if it's a mile and a service project, go do it. Guys, serving others is addicting. It is a high that scientifically has been proven and comparable to drugs. I will be completing this on October 9th at 5 p.m. to October 10th at 5 p.m. I hope that if you have the opportunity on that date to go serve someone, to go run a mile to a friend's house, a neighbor's house, go clip their hedges, go take out their trash, go deliver a plate of cookies, go do it. I hope that if you are feeling like I was in medical school, that you are feeling dark, that you're trapped in the rat race that we're in, you feel just crushed with the weight of the world from personal experience, the solution is to serve, to think, and to uplift those around you. I promise that your life will instantly become lighter, brighter, and more meaningful. If you want to see updates and videos about my preparation and setting up these service stations, hit subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of these fun updates. And I hope you have a great day, but I promise. All right, gotta go. Peace. Noggin. Bye-bye. Squid fingers.